Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports for today's preview as Edinburgh take on the Bulls. The Bulls looking to go back-to-back victories whilst Edinburgh are looking to try and get back to winning ways after being held to a draw by the Stormers last weekend. The last game for the Bulls until the end of November with the SA sides completing what will have been a 4-week tour of getting a bit of a taste of the URC. Every single side have managed to get a win under the belt besides the Stormers who have managed to get a draw. So the SA side is looking a little bit more comfortable in the URC and looking a little bit more comfortable in Europe. And I think that Bulls last weekend in the first 20 to 25 minutes, it was quite sort of worrying what they were doing against Cardiff, but they come back in the second half, really did start to sort of demonstrate the class that is the Bulls when they do play well. And this weekend they've gone with a couple of changes, but it's a very, very strong side and some pretty big news for the Bulls with the inclusion of MORNE STEYN on the bench, who is back from the Springbok squad. Probably wasn't supposed to be part of the squad, but as a result of the knee injury to Johan Goosen, of which we haven't had any official update, MORNE STEYN has decided to join the squad and will be used this weekend, although Chris Smith does get a start. Before we look at the sides for the weekend, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. And we'll start with Edinburgh. Made quite a few changes to their side. Still no Hamish Watson for a lot of the rugby fans who keep wanting to sort of see him play. He's not available for this weekend. He has been named in the Scotland squad, which means he can't be too far away from a return. I'm very interested to see that if he will be involved next weekend. And if not, how he will be able to sort of play for Scotland. But if we look at the Edinburgh side, obviously still quite a bit of a South African flavour, especially in the front row with Piers Schoeman and Lewin de Bruin. Piers Schoeman has just been called up to the Scotland squad alongside Dylan Richardson. So keep an eye on him. We might be even seeing him against the Springboks. And they're on either side of Stuart McKinley, who also comes to the side, Dave Cherry on the bench this weekend. Marshall Sykes partners the captain, Grant Gilchrist, Magnus Bradbury, Luke Crosby, and Viliame Mata, who is a very big ball carrier. We saw him quite a lot last weekend up against the Stormers. Charlie Shields next to Jaco van der Walt, who for the first sort of 10 minutes against Stormers turned into kind of like a prime Dan Carter. Has not been called up to the Springbok squad, but I think if he plays like he did last weekend, will definitely be sort of looking to add to the one cap he currently has for Scotland. He's a quality operator, Jaco van der Walt, and a lot of things that were good for Edinburgh came through his channel last weekend. They'll be looking to try and get him on the ball as much as possible. In the backline, Damien Hoyland and Darcy Graham are on the two wings. Cammy Hutchison has a new centre partner as Mark Bennett returns to the side at outside centre. Henry Immelman, the South African-born number 15, also starts. Off the bench, Dave Cherry and the two South Africans, while VP now is technically Scottish international, but Bowen Fenter, the former Cheetahs loosehead, and then Pierce Phillips, Mesa Konavula, Connor Boyle, Ben Vallicott, and James Johnston complete the bench for Edinburgh. Also, some pretty big news for Edinburgh is the addition of Gareth Baber, who is the former Fijian national sevens coach, has now joined the Edinburgh coaching staff as the skills and assistant attack coach, which, I mean, all know that Fiji are sort of the benchmark for the best sevens team in the world. And he was their head coach there, leading them to the Olympic gold earlier this year. He has actually joined the Edinburgh coaching staff. So watch out for the backline, for the sort of attacking style of Edinburgh, and sort of see how that might change with him being involved. In terms of the Bulls this weekend, a new front row with Lizo Kaboka getting a start next to Bismarck du Plessis and Morne Smith, who will complement a bit of experience with some youth there. Jankos Steenkamp, Jankos Sonnepoel and Ruan Nokia start in the locks there. Marcel Kutsia on Honor Buerta. Muller Ace is the loose trio. Honor Buerta coming off the bench. I thought Jacques du Plessis was quite disappointing in many ways up against the Cardiff last weekend. And I thought that probably sort of looks more like a lock these days than he does at flank. But I thought Honor Buerta looked very good when he came in. And then good to see Muller Ace, the youngster, getting opportunity at the back of the scrum with Albert Lowe dropping down to the bench. And then the halfback combination, Ambrose Pierre, will be partnered by Chris Smith, who I thought was tremendous coming off the bench last weekend. Probably put a lot of sort of fears to bed. In fact, some people are almost saying that the Bulls got a lot better when he came on in place of Johan Goosen. The two speedsters of Curtly Orense and Madosh Tambwe keep their spot, as do Harold Forster, Cornel Hendricks, and David Creel. If we're looking at the bench, Skalki Rasmus and Pio Mantanzima and Robert Hunt are the replacement front row, whilst Steenkamp and Albert Lowe will cover the rest of the scrum. Marco Jansen van Vuren will get an opportunity off the bench at scrum half. He also covers a couple other positions, as we know. And then MORNE STEYN is the number 22 jumper, and Nana Mapu will cover the rest of the scrum. It's a pretty decent Bulls side who would definitely fancy their chances up against Edinburgh. If they can try and get 2 wins, and come back with 2 wins under their belt, I think it will still be a pretty successful tour. If nothing else, in terms of the sides, even if South African side doesn't go all the way this season, spots in the European Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup are up for grabs, and it's important that they need to be doing the best in comparison to the other South African sides, because the top South African side will go into the European Champions Cup. And so there's always something to play for in terms of being able to make sure you kind of establish yourself as the number 1 South African team. And then probably from next year or the year after, then look to try and push all the way and try and actually challenge for the URC, challenge for the Challenge Cup, the Champions Cup, and start sort of adding silverware to your collection. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the game down in the comments below. Smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you soon.